Now, before I get to this topic, I'm going to have to gear up because people tend to overreact when we bring this up. So give me a second. Okay, good. So, the flashlight experiment has been used for many years by paranormal investigators. The one flash for yes and two for no is a simple and cheap way to communicate with the afterlife. Or is it? After taking a look at the mechanisms of the experiment, it soon becomes clear that the flashlight experiment is anything but paranormal. Just for your reference, this discussion is going to be based around the mechanisms found in the mini maglite, which is the most popular flashlight that people use during this experiment. For me personally, the first huge red flag is that to perform the experiment, you must unscrew the head of the flashlight to the point where it's barely on or off. Just a fair warning, to explain how these mechanisms work, it's going to get a little nerdy, so if you can't handle that, this is your time, So this is how the flashlight works. When the head of the flashlight is turned clockwise, the reflector pushes down, disconnecting the circuit and turning the flashlight off. When the flashlight is then unscrewed, the contacts push back together, turning the flashlight on. Some of you may be saying, yeah, what's the point here? We know how the flashlight works, and this is how the spirits are able to speak to us. Unfortunately, when taking a closer look, this is probably not the case. To start this explanation, we're going to focus on the heat generated from the light bulb itself. When the flashlight is turned on, the reflector inside the flashlight raises in temperature around 13 degrees Celsius. The heating of the reflector causes the plastic to expand 0.01 millimeters. This expansion of 0.01 millimeters results in a 2.6 degree turn of the head of the flashlight. Again, this is the part we manipulate to turn the flashlight on and off. Having the flashlight set to such a sensitive point, bordering on and off, a 2.6 degree turn is more than enough to either turn the flashlight off when heated and back on when cooled. I've had multiple discussions talking about this experiment, and what many people mention is the irregularity of time between on and off cycles. They believe that if this were an explainable phenomenon, the on and off cycles would be equal in duration. This is simply untrue. What happens is that when the contacts meet together, they create a small welding area. You can see in this portion of the video the small spark of light forming the weld right before the flashlight turns on. This will remain intact until the pressure from the expanding reflector breaks the contact. In a strong weld connection, the flashlight will most likely stay on for longer and have a distinct and sharp turning off of the light. Weaker welds can cause effects like flickering and dimming of the light. It's these mechanisms that cause a difference in on and off time cycles during an experiment. Not every weld is the same, causing the flashlight to turn on and off at random times. In my opinion, this pretty much puts the flashlight experiment to rest. As always, we're not trying to break hearts here. We are simply trying to bring forward truths and information about the paranormal research field. For the people who are deciding to not accept the facts, we strongly hope you reconsider, because it is the spread of false information that helps to label this field as a joke. We hope you share this information with your fellow teams, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Peace.